Hey, welcome to Vanities Live on another wonderful Sunday.
Yes,
Woo!
I'm excited.
Look at you.
Look at
Go
you, honey.
ahead.
I'm so happy. So
Yeah,
happy. Oh, and we have such a great guest today.
we have such a girl. You bringing it today. Go ahead and do it.
Friend, I did a little something. I just did a
A little
little
something,
something real
something for the
quick. I took
people.
I took a bath, girl. I took a bath.
Don't tell your secrets out loud. Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful, amazing Vanities Live. We're happy to be here with you. I am one of your hosts, Cherie Slate, and we have the amazing.
Radiant. Hey y'all. Thank you so much for joining us again on this awesome, beautiful, wonderful Sunday. Only thing I can complain about is how the Cowboys are playing right now, but that's another story.
Okay, I'm not gonna say a word, but it
Don't
is
say
what
nothing. It already hurts enough. Oh
we
man.
we have an amazing guest who is not new to us, but she is always true to us, and so
Yes.
we're excited to bring her on in just a little bit. But before we do, you want to drop the current events, Ray?
I ain't got a whole lot today, y'all, but I definitely want to put a spotlight on one of our former guests. He is an amazing wig master, department head, of just an all around amazing person to work with. Our friend Chris Clark was featured on Austin 360's magazine. So we want to give a big congrats to Chris
Yes.
Clark. Everybody throw up some hearts for Chris
Throw up some
Clark.
hearts for
We are
Chris.
so proud of him. And you know what? He deserves all the accolades. He deserves all the love because he is really that guy.
He
He is
is.
really
He is.
that guy. If you've never had the chance to work with Chris Clark, it's a vibe, okay? It is
A
a
total
vibe.
vibe.
And he deserves all of those things that's in that photo with him, and just to get his flowers. So we want to just congratulate him on getting his flowers. And if y'all aren't following him, go follow him on Instagram. His
Yes.
Instagram is Wigorama.
Yes.
Wigorama. Wigorama. So shout out to Chris Clark. In the
Yes.
meantime, in
And
between
nice
time,
job too.
yes, he is. And he's so talented. And
Yeah.
he's not a gatekeeper. He's like just so easy to work with and talk to.
Yeah.
So, you know how we say in Vanity's live fashion, uh follow hop in his DM. If he can't get to you, he will.
He will.
Um Thank y'all for joining us. Want to say hi to everybody that's joining us on Instagram. We see y'all. Hey,
We
Timothy Nolan, you always show us love. Hey,
yes.
Ty. Hi, Cool. He was our guest last week and he was so
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
And everybody that's joining us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, thank y'all again for always being loyal to the soil. We
And
appreciate you.
and for all our platforms, so make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And also, it's you got enough time to tell a friend and jump on in. So make sure that
Oh
you reach
yeah.
out to a friend because today's guest, if you watched her on our previous live when she was on, you realize all the information that she shared. And I'm sure today won't be any different. So if I were you, I would make sure I tell not one, not two, but maybe 10 or 15
A
friends
few.
you want to be on this live today because it is going to be all the way live. Okay.
Listen, last time we had her as a guest, I felt convicted. Okay, I had to go. I had to go back to the drawing board and figure my life out as a professional because I was like, honey, wait a minute,
You
something
know
I
what?
ain't doing right.
I got my pen and paper right here. Okay.
Listen, okay. And y'all, you know what? If you are, I think this guest is gonna be so good for everyone, but especially for people who are really trying to emerge into TV and film and really trying to get into the business. Um, she gonna tell you what you need to know. Now, all the game ain't free. Game ain't free. It ain't free. So we are so lucky to just have her, today giving us some game. And if you miss it, I feel bad for you because you probably have to pay for it if you want to go get some more games. So
So
in the
get all you
meantime, in
can
between,
today.
get on your stuff. Get all you can today.
So
So
I think it's time for a
little
trivia.
trivia.
Little trivia. You guys ready for
Trivia,
some
trivia.
trivia? So I hope you
I'm
guys,
ready for some
we do our
trivia.
trivia every single week. So hope you guys have been doing a little studying and, trying to get on top of what we're doing here on Vanities Live. And shout out to T Tavares for giving us a little compliment. He said we're on top of it today. So thank you, Tavares.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
you. So let's drop some trivia for him. You guys ready for some trivia? So here's our
Mhm.
trivia question. And make sure you drop your answers in the comment section. So
Period.
here we go with the trivia. Who voiced Woody in the Toy Story movies? Was it Jim Carrey, A, B, Tim Allen, C, Jack Black, or D, Tom Hanks? It's time to put the thinking caps on, everybody. Who was it? Who voiced Woody in the Toy Story movies? A, Jim Carrey, B, Tim Allen, C, Jack Black, or D, Tom Hanks? Come on, drop it in the comments. Whether you're on,
Do I get to guess?
no, you don't get to guess.
Oh, oh, oh.
Come on, make sure you guys drop. Come on, guys, drop it. Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're also on IG. So drop your
Let's
comments.
see. Let's see where we getting. Hi, Elaine. Elaine is watching from Facebook. Let's see. So far, we are getting. I'm seeing Tom Hanks. I'm seeing Tom Hanks. I'm seeing Tim Allen. Let's see. What y'all think?
Come on, you guys, come on and drop it.
I did want a turn. She said I can't have a turn, but that's all
She
right.
cannot have a turn, you guys.
She said I can't guess, y'all, but that's
Should we let her
okay.
guess? Should we let her guess?
Nah, I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
What do you
Okay,
guys
are we
think?
ready?
We'll give you like
So
30 more.
far, so far it's giving Tom Hanks.
It's giving Tom
So far
Hanks.
it's giving Tom Hanks. That's
We have
that's
some
what the
good
people
movie
are
buffs
saying.
here.
We got a Tim Allen, um, you know, and might I add, all amazing actors, all
Yes, yeah.
incredible actors. I have not worked with any of them closely myself, but you know, the day may be coming.
The day may be
The
coming.
day may be on the way. Okay.
So, can we get a drum
Let's
roll
see.
for
Oh,
the
from
answer?
YouTube. Sorry, Elaine, from YouTube. Okay.
Okay, well,
We want
shout
a
out.
drum roll? We ready for a drum roll?
I'm ready for a
Okay.
drum roll.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Wait, is this the right drum roll?
Okay, there we go. The answer is D, Tom
Oh,
Hanks.
hold on. What's the answer?
D, Tom Hanks. So it looks like somebody's been paying attention. She's having a ball over there, y'all. She's
I'm
having
cutting up.
a
I'm
ball.
cutting up.
While my eye is over here watering like crazy. Allergies are just off the chains right now.
Girl. Yeah, I
So,
understand.
do you think they're ready for a special guest? Because we're gonna need all.
I hope so.
I'm
I
ready.
hope so.
I am
All right.
totally.
Well, without further ado, Y'all welcome our guest today, Crystal Wright.
Come on in, Crystal.
Hi,
Happy to have you once again. Welcome back
everybody. Great
to
to
Me
be
Live.
here. I never
Yes,
take it
welcome
for
back.
granted. I
We are
never
so
take it
happy
for
to have you,
granted.
Crystal. You are just like a gem that keeps on shining.
We love having you. We
Thank
love having
you.
you.
She's
How's
just
how's it been since we last spoke?
Oh, well, let's see. What have I done since we last spoke? When was that? Was
oh
that
God.
2023 or this year?
It was
That was
2020.
2023.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I've been to um, the UK,
Okay.
France,
Ooh.
Spain, and Italy
Okay.
this year.
You get it, girl.
Speaking of,
Crystal is
I was
okay.
like,
over I was over in Europe for 4 months with Stewie, and we do a lot of traveling when I'm there. So we've had a fabulous time. I came back here, and Stewie will be here next week for a month.
Nice,
Yep.
nice,
So
nice.
other than that, work wise, everything is great. I got a
hmm
bunch of new coaching clients that I'm working with, kicking their butts every day.
I
okay.
know that's right. I know you
Right?
are.
Yeah, because it's a serious thing to change somebody's life in 12 weeks. Not 12 weeks,
Mm,
12 sessions, because they're usually every
mm,
other week. And sometimes it goes a little bit longer because you guys are working.
Yeah.
But
yes.
it's, seeing the progression of people. I always say, my goal is not to have you tethered to me for the rest of your life.
hmm
I'm here to empower you, to give you the information you need, leave it all on the floor, straighten it all out for you, and then say, okay, go, be fabulous.
Crystal, can you give us some background or our viewers some background on how you got started and what do you actually do
Yeah,
And who
okay,
you
I'll give you.
are,
and who
for
you
those of
are?
us who don't know you from the last time.
Oh, okay. So I'll go back. I'll give you the short version. I was an account executive at Xerox. I quit my job to represent a photographer. He fired me. I started my own agency representing makeup, hair, and fashion stylists. We became one of the top 5 agencies in Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the work that we did was in the entertainment industry and with celebrities and recording artists, tons
Like,
and tons of it.
like
Tons.
who?
Okay. Like, okay. Like people, some of y'all won't even remember. Okay, but let me just think. Drew Barrymore, Halle Berry, Tyra Banks, Keith Sweat,
We won't
Snoop
remember
Dogg.
any of them.
Wait a minute. Covers of Essence, Rolling Stone, Men's Health, New York Magazine. Um, uh, like I probably have 8 or 9, maybe 10 covers on just on Essence,
I know that's right.
right?
See,
And
that's why
then
we like you, because we know you ain't gonna come out here and keep it demure. You gonna let the people know,
yeah,
okay?
because let me tell you why it's so important now, because I used to never do that.
Mm.
But this generation likes shiny objects.
Mm-hmm.
They're always getting seduced by shiny objects and no receipts.
Ooh.
So,
Mm.
okay. So I've got the shiny objects and the receipts, because
Ooh.
I can reel off a ton of people who are successful that will tell you, you need to go see Crystal Wright, Naima LaFond,
Mm-hmm.
Nico Abriol,
Mm-hmm.
uh, 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 a fashion stylist, Lisa Michelle. We did Charlize Theron. So the thing is, I've helped people who work in print, video, film, and television. because the product is different, but the process is the same.
Come on now.
Absolutely.
It's so
So
simple.
since we're on that, the first question is gonna be, let's talk about this process. Let's
Yes,
talk about the process. Because a lot of people want the product without the process.
exactly.
This is very true. And I've said this before. I probably said it the last time we were on, and that is that really the things that have changed are, number one, the internet has made it possible for people to have global exposure. What that means is that if you're living in Atlanta, you can get a job from a producer in Atlanta. But if you've done and all the right things and set yourself up, you can get a job from a producer in the UK who's coming to Atlanta,
Absolutely.
right? Because
Mhm.
you can actually expose yourself to all these different people.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the internet has done that. But what the internet has not done is change the fact that this is a business of relationships. I said that before, but let me go a little bit deeper.
Yes.
Relationships are built on trust, and trust takes time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the part that people are such in a frenzy hurry. They want these relationships, as Rennie said, to be microwavable. I met you. Can we be besties today? You got a production. Can I work on it tomorrow? No, I don't know you. I don't trust you. I need to learn more about you. I need to find out who you've been working with. And so then you have the tools. Like, what are your tools?
Mm-hmm.
People are freaking under construction.
Tell them, Crystal. Get
They
your
are
pen
under,
and paper together.
they have one of the tools, or they have two of the tools, and they're missing two. And when somebody asks them about the other two, they just say, oh yeah, well, that's getting set up right now, which is a lie. That's like, the reason I'm late for work is because of the traffic. No, the reason you're late for work is because you didn't get up early enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And everybody knows it. It's kind
Right.
of like when your parents used to tell you, you come up with something you thought was so smart that you would tell your parents, and they just look at you like, do you think I was born yesterday?
Right.
Like, what you think this was?
And they will
What,
say it too.
right? What do you think is going on? So I am a foundational coach. The first thing I look at is the foundation, because people will say, well, this is not working and that's not working and this is not working. And I look at the foundation and I say, well, but you got 3 holes. There are 6 keys here, but you're only opening up 3 locks because you're missing things in your foundation. Sometimes people have resumes, but everybody's name is spelled wrong. Or they have corporate resumes instead of industry resumes. And those two things are different.
Absolutely.
Right? They've got a website. They've got a website, but it hasn't been updated in a year. And now they're getting passed over for promotion, passed over for opportunities they think they ought to be getting. But the truth is, everything in their lives is more important than updating their marketing materials. Your website, a marketing material it doesn't have to be a piece of paper. It's your resume, it's your website, it's your digital resume.
Footprint.
It's being able to download it straight from the website. And I have people tell me all the time, well, nobody uses websites anymore. Really? Is that true?
No.
No,
Or is
it's
that
not.
just a belief? And guess what? Some people won't have websites anymore, but they already making 6 figures a year. They already have relationships. Their name is already getting passed on to the other people that they want to work with. And you think you don't need one, even though you're only 2, 3, 4 years in the business. You think you don't need one because they don't have one. Let me know how that's working out for you.
Right.
Right. So, okay, I feel I get asked this question a lot, especially by a lot of my mentees. Okay, well, I've they've started working on some things, and now they're like, okay, well, how do I keep working on things? How do I keep getting these jobs? And one of the things that I always tell them, when you're on set, you shake hands and get contact information with everybody there, everybody in your department, if you can.
Mm-hmm.
And you stay in their face. You stay relevant, you know. You keep in contact with them. You continue to like the work that they're doing online. You continue to just keep those relationships going. What would you say would be um, the process or the next steps for somebody who's already started working on set, but they're trying to get more days, trying to get more jobs and gigs?
So the first thing is a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If your ego is running your mind, you think because you got this job and you did a great job that you're going to get called back.
Yeah.
It's this assumption. Your ego says, oh, I'm so fabulous.
Right.
Everyone loves me. I met everybody. Why isn't anybody calling? Your ego is telling you you don't need to reach out anymore. And that is the
Mm.
beginning of the end.
Mm-hmm.
That is the beginning of the end. And if you just stop for 1 second to think about every mailing list you've ever signed up for. Is it Nordstrom? Is it Bloomingdale's? Is it Gap? Is it J. Crew? You bought something from them 3 months ago. Have they ever stopped sending you emails?
Nope.
You see, their ego's not in it. They don't assume that because you bought something from them in June, that you are going to buy something from them in September unless they keep updating you with what they have that's new.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
now, as the artist, you work on a job, and at the end of the job, you should be sending out thank you cards. And now here's the thing. Did you hear me say thank you email? No, hell no. Because if you want to get noticed, then do something different. The something different
Mm-hmm.
you need to do isn't even expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start by sending out a thank you email, letting everybody know how much you enjoyed working with them, and then you have a system for sending out your website or your Instagram, your resume, every time you do something new, what you are doing is implementing a system to remain top of mind. Because just
Mm.
like Gap, just like that, just like that tank top that you bought from Gap in June, Gap is sending you some. Not only are they sending you something in July, August, and September, they're sending it to you once a week. Now, you can't send it once a week because the producers will call you a stalker, but you can send anything once a month. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
Gap doesn't stop sending you stuff until you opt out. So why have you opted yourself out of sending updated materials and information to the people you have worked with and the people you want to work with? The
Mm-hmm.
breakdown always in the consistency with which you manage your business.
Absolutely.
Mm.
It's always a lack of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
Mm-hmm.
people that I coach, okay, show me what you did. Let me see everything. And then what they're not expecting is, okay, so you got this, and then what did you do?
Hmm.
What do you mean, what did I do? Like, what was the next action that you took? Well, I didn't do anything. And that was how long ago? And you're still waiting and you can't pay your rent. Help me with
Right.
that.
How's
Mm.
that working?
It is the process. And the thing is, people won't even take the time to write it down on their calendars that
Mm.
this is an action that they take once every 30 days on the 27th of the month on a Sunday. I always sit down, I update my resume, I update my website, I send out my emails. And if you do that, you will start to get work. See, because while you're not doing it and thinking that you're so fabulous, there's somebody else that's hungry, that doesn't have that ego, that isn't afraid to stay up, isn't afraid to send stuff out, and they're sending stuff out and you're already forgotten.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ooh.
Crystal, can
Because
we
one
talk
thing
about
about it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead.
when we talk about the importance and what you're saying, I think is so crucial, and it ties into what I wanted to discuss about the importance of building those relationships. I ran into a young lady, and she only thinks it's important to build a relationship, or at least her actions show this, is when a new job pops up. And I'm like, why should she call you when the only time you contact her is when
When you
a
want a
job
job.
pops up? I'm like,
Yeah,
if it was me, I wouldn't call you back. You only call
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
her when the job pops up.
Exactly. And that attitude will have you working back in the salon or back at the makeup counter in about 2 years.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Talk to us.
Right?
Right.
Because here's the thing. The bottom line is, though, that most people confuse putting on makeup with, or putting makeup on clients, or doing clients' hair, or working on productions. They mistake that act, the creative part, with business.
Right.
Mm.
The kit is together. They got a
Yeah.
process for cleaning it, making sure it's right, making sure it's ready, right? They got all that down. But the part they don't have down is the part that ensures they're going to work this year, next year, and the year after, and that their income is steadily going to go up. That's the part they
Mm-hmm.
don't have down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I notice in my own business, if I post on social media, I only have 20 clients a year. If I post on social media, I have 20 clients a year. I have exactly what I want. If I don't post on social media and nobody sees me, then, and I'm not posting information that helps you, then I don't get calls. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
simple.
For every action, there's a reaction.
For
Mm-hmm.
every
Mm-hmm.
action, there's a reaction. What are they
Mm-hmm.
saying?
And
There's
not only
equal and
that,
opposite.
yeah, yeah. And not only that, there's somebody behind you that's hungrier. There's always going to be somebody gunning for exactly what you're gunning for. And
Mm-hmm.
the
That's
moment you
right.
get
Lazy,
complacent, lazy,
complacent.
feeling
Yeah,
like, oh, I got that's where you fail.
that's right. Because it's like, what does your A game look like? You know, I always talk about Delina Medin because she was one of my most fearless clients. Delina's a makeup artist,
Mm,
right? And Delina's reach out game is so consistent, so absolutely 100% consistent. And the thing is, you have to, like Delina, send stuff out regardless of whether you get a response.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Because even though we all as people might get emails and don't check them right away and don't get back to somebody right away, or we might be on vacation, or we might be in the middle of a project, y'all might be out on a film somewhere for 2 months, and you might not be able to get back to these people that are reaching out to you. The same thing happens when you're reaching out, which is why you have a pipeline full of prospects. You have to be
Yeah.
reaching out
Uh,
to a, a decent number of people. And it doesn't have to be 50 or 60. If you are consistently once a month reaching out to 20 people, and you do it every single month for about 6 months, the work will start coming. And as long as you keep doing it, the work won't stop. But a lot of
yeah.
times, see, the difference between artists that work in print and artists that work in TV and film, one of the differences is that when you get on a television show or you get on a feature film, that is the place where people start to become complacent because they got a weekly paycheck and they're not really worrying and they're not really, I don't really have to market myself, or they get in their heads that this TV show is going to go over forever and NBC is getting ready to cancel it right now.
Shut it
Absolutely.
down.
And because you haven't stayed consistent with reaching out to people and updating them with what you're doing, when your show gets canceled, you don't have any work coming in.
Wrong attitude to have.
Wrong attitude. The attitude of the print artist is different because they get a job for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, or they get a television commercial. So they rarely stop putting themselves out there because they don't have that cushy electric blanket called episodic TV.
Tuh. And it's a blanket for sure. It's a
Yeah.
short-term blanket, but it's a blanket. It's a throw.
Right. But the longer you keep the blanket on, the more lax people get. And
It's
they,
a dangerous thing to do. I mean, it's the worst thing that you can do in your career. You know, one, in my opinion, you need to make sure, like we said, you're building relationships, but you're also thinking, even once you start that job, you need to be thinking about the next one.
that's right. That's right. But and here's the other thing, that the longer you keep the blanket on, a lot of times the more you ramp up your lifestyle. You get a bigger car.
Yeah.
You get a bigger house. And then 2-3 years later, when the show cancels, you've got a lifestyle that can only be maintained with the paycheck you've been getting from that television show.
Ooh.
And that's so dangerous.
We all felt that during that strike. We felt it during the strike. The strike made you have to look at life so differently. This stuff can be taken away from you at any moment.
The thing is, the pandemic should have done that.
It should have.
People didn't learn from the pandemic,
right,
to start behaving differently when they started getting work before the strike happened.
Right.
And I'll tell you something else. One of my clients called me up and said, "You remember how you told me to save for a rainy season, not a rainy day?"
Right.
I said, "Yeah." She said, "This pandemic can go on for a year and I'll be just fine." And see, this is a thing that with my clients, I want them to be fiscally responsible so that they always can take care of them and their families. Some of these artists have children, husbands. What if your husband loses his job? And savings has got to be a part of how you manage your business, because when you're in business, your savings is like cash flow. And you have to be putting it away because you don't know what's going to happen. And that's why that blanket is so dangerous.
Yeah, I'm a big component of once you're on a show, you definitely need to be paying yourself. You know, you can't just be like, let me go and just go shopping. Oh, it's okay to have a little fun, but you definitely need to be making sure you put some up for that rainy day.
Yes,
for
season.
sure.
Yes, for a rainy season. When I was growing up, my grandmother used to say rainy
season, not rainy day.
A rainy season is 9 to 12 months. If you can't support yourself for 9 to 12 months, that pandemic was 2 years.
You're doing it right.
Right.
You're not doing it right. If you can't support yourself for 9 to 12 months, and if you haven't been doing the reach out, if you haven't been serious about your reach out, you're going to need all of that money.
That's for sure.
Okay,
Crystal, can we take a break?
We gotta take. I was just gonna say we gotta take a little game break.
Okay.
So we're gonna play a game called This or That, and this will be including all three of us. So with this or that, do you like Chinese food or Thai food?
Thai food.
What about you, Ray?
It's Thai for me.
I like Thai as well. I like a little of both, but I like Thai food the best. Peach
Yeah.
cobbler or banana pudding?
Neither one.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm the only black person you know that doesn't like peach cobbler. I'm an apple pie girl.
Okay.
Sorry.
I like all three.
I feel that.
Which
I,
one for
I
you, Ray?
I love banana pudding, but I can't eat it no more because of the dairy. So it's
Okay.
peach cobbler for your girl.
Okay. Well, I love
Yeah.
banana pudding, and I can make a slamming one. I might add. Okay.
Well, if you can make me a non-dairy banana pudding, put me back in the game, sis.
I can. I'll make you one.
Here's what you need,
Okay,
Ray.
listen.
What is that?
Like,
Lactate.
you know, I just cut it out because I'm disciplined enough to do so.
But
Very
I will
good.
make you a non-dairy banana pudding. I will do that for you.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay. A mocktail or a cocktail?
Cocktail.
I know what you're gonna say, but I need a cocktail.
Okay, I'm gonna take a mocktail, y'all.
And I'm going to have a Patron Silver Cadillac Margarita Rocks with soda.
Ooh, I don't know what that is, but okay, it sounds like it's like
That's
whoa.
that's something that's gonna put some hair on your chest. That's what that
Okay,
is.
well on
That
my
is my
head.
cocktail. And I only need one. I'm not
Okay,
a, I'm
I
not
know
a
that's
big
right.
drinker. I go out all night and have one cocktail.
okay. It sounds like I'll grow shoulder length hair if I had that.
No
Okay,
shoulder lid. Oh God.
okay. Dogs or cats?
Dog.
Dog.
Well, everybody who know me know it will not be a cat.
Baby
They're
Sharice
too
ain't even
quiet.
trying to see a cat cross the street,
Girl,
okay?
won't even watch the commercial. Sum- Summer or
Cats.
winter?
Oh, go ahead. Say what? Summer or winter?
Mm-hmm.
Summer.
Summer for sure for me.
Yeah, something for this Texas girl. Y'all can
Fiction,
keep that code.
fiction or nonfiction?
Nonfiction.
I like a little of both, but I'll say nonfiction. What about you, Ray?
um, I think I'm gonna say nonfiction because I definitely watch a lot of like murder mysteries, stuff like that. All the
Okay.
time. I don't know.
City or countryside?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good
I'm
city. I'm a city girl.
such a city girl. I
I'm a
like
city
driving
girl. I'm
through
a
the
city
country.
girl, but I'm from the country. Hey.
Last one, spicy or sweet?
Spicy.
Give me sweet all day long.
Can I mix them?
Oh, she always want to do the both. I could be
I'm a
more spicy,
Libra.
but I'm sweet.
I'm a Libra. I'm a Librio. I want to mix them. Can I have the best of both worlds?
So
That
she
was
wants
funny.
both.
Uh-oh.
Crystal, can you tell our viewers if they wanted to get started in the industry, what are three things that you would recommend for them to do to get started?
I think the first thing you need to do is you need to put together a body of work.
Okay.
And a body of work doesn't have to be a ton of images, but if you put together 7 to 10 images, you can get somebody to look at your stuff and give you a shot.
hmm
Okay.
So that's the first thing I would say. The next thing I would say is to get your internet presence together, your social media, lock everything down, even if you don't have anything to put on it so that it doesn't get taken from you, the name that you want and all that. Lock it down, your web name, your Instagram, your TikTok, your LinkedIn, because you don't know how your life is going to change over a few years. And so if you stay
Mm.
ready, you don't have to get ready,
That part.
right?
Right.
Uh, so that's number two. And then number three would be to get started. Um, Start developing relationships with photographers. Start developing relationships with photographers and other people that you need to create beautiful imagery.
Okay.
Okay. So that means that if you're a makeup artist, you need to start connecting with hairstylists. You need to start connecting with fashion stylists, and you need to connect with photographers. If you're a hairstylist, you need to connect with makeup artists.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I would say, and this is a mistake that I think a lot of people make, is they get so caught up in the testing and putting together the images that they forget that they need to share the images with people who can hire them for jobs.
That's a good.
Mm.
You
That's a good.
can't just go around with a bunch of makeup artist friends if you're a makeup artist and a bunch of hairstylist friends if you're a hairstylist and never actually take the work and show it to somebody who can hire you for a job, give you constructive criticism from the point of a decision maker,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
not just your crew, so that you can see the difference between what they see and what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's four things.
Can I add one
Delegation.
to it? This is something that I like to do, and I think it's very important. Is I always tell people be prepared for the opportunity that you don't have, and that's just make sure you're equipped with the equipment and the things that you need to do the job,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The tools,
the tools.
the skills tools,
Mm-hmm.
the skills tools. Yes.
Yeah. And can
I'll
we
tell
talk
you another
about,
one. Can I say one more?
Sure.
yes, yes.
People have the most whack email signatures. Like I get messages from people, and at the end, it's like, thanks, Dawn. Dawn who?
Who
You're
is
right.
this?
How can you have a signature that doesn't have your name, your professional title, your email address, your social media, your website, and your phone number? Who do you think
Right.
Right. Who are you? Who am I talking
who are you? Oh, and
to?
and the thing is that because people are doing things so because some people are doing things so unprofessionally, they get discouraged before they get to the pot at the end of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
because nobody gets back to them because their presence is raggedy. It's just
Very
raggedy.
true. Mm-hmm.
And if it's you and you think you're so talented and so fabulous, but this other person is doing good work, maybe not as fabulous as you, but professional, that's the person that I'm going to give a shot to.
Yes.
See, and that's what I was about to say. Ooh, let me tell you something. Because we were talking about skill, right? Skill ain't just what your two hands can
No.
do. It's what your
Right.
mind can take. It's thinking before you speak. It's
Mm-hmm.
being able to take constructive criticism. It's
Mm-hmm.
being able to know your place and your position when you're playing a role. You ain't the boss all the time. It's being
No.
able to follow somebody else's idea and vision for what they want they thing to be, knowing that you're following something, even if you're in a leadership position.
Being a team
It takes
player.
being a team player. It takes all of those things. Those are part of your kit. That's part of your body kit, your image. That's part of what you have to bring to set with you. That mindset
Mhm.
that anything can happen and you got to be prepared for it. You know.
It's your business branding toolkit.
And learning
Mm-hmm.
how to read the room as well, because some people that kills them the first day is knowing how to read the room. They get there and they want to be seen. I'm like, be an ear and not a voice. That's
Yes.
probably one of the
Oh,
best
I
things I
love
can tell
that.
you is
Yes.
go in the room and just be an ear. Because when you
Mhm.
go there and want to be a voice, a lot of times you fire yourself. Go
Mhm.
sit there and
Mhm.
Ooh.
just listen to what's going on, and you will learn so much by just being an ear and not a voice.
Mhm.
And that's so good, Sharice, because that is good throughout your entire career, not
Your
just
entire
starting.
career.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you step on a new set.
I always say, ask more questions than you answer and listen more than you talk.
Absolutely.
Because if
Mhm.
you're always talking, you're not hearing people sharing things in general or with you or with somebody else that can educate you. But I
Mhm.
totally agree with you, Sharice. People want to be seen. And that is a problem from the inside out.
Yes. And you are not the smartest
Mhm.
one in the
Yeah.
room. Stop wanting to be the smartest one in the room and sit down and be the
Yes.
student in the
Oh my
room.
God.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
will learn so much more. You will grow so much faster if you go in that room saying, I am going to be a student. Your craft
Mhm.
will grow. You will shine so much better and you will grow leaps and bounds. You will go from being the additional to becoming the department head if you go in there ready to be a student.
Right.
Mhm. With
So
If you
patience.
if you go into the room thinking you know everything, you've already lost.
you've already lost.
Mhm.
You've already lost. You've lost the plot.
Yes. My biggest thing I tell people, go in there and give the people what they want. Because when you
Yep.
go in there with the idea of thinking, I'm going to show them, you've
Mm-hmm.
already killed yourself. If he
Mm-hmm.
says, I want blue hair, go give him blue hair. And if
Mm-hmm.
blue hair
Mhm.
doesn't work out, he comes back to you and say, hey, Sharice, what do you think? And I go in there and I show him pink hair works better. I look like a freaking genius.
That's
But
Mhm.
right.
if he
Mhm.
says anything else, he wants blue, I'm giving him blue. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if I think that blue looks ridiculous. In my mind, I'm
Right.
like,
Mhm.
it's a hot mess. But I'm
Right.
going to give the people what they want.
When
That
I
I'm gonna
when I
show.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just that I'm gonna show them idea is just crazy because you don't even know what you're showing. You don't
Exactly.
even know what you're about to pop up and see. Things change set on any set
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and you
Hmm.
never know. They may change the vision, the entire vision, and you never know.
Oh, in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it happens at every level. I always say, I think I wrote this in the hair, makeup, and styling career guide. You have to show up flexible.
Hmm.
You have to
Mhm.
show up open.
Mm,
You
I
have to
like
show
that.
up ready, which is prepared, because
Right.
you don't know what is going to happen, regardless of the fact that there was a Zoom call the night before and they talked about everything. Because in the middle of the night, the producer, in the middle of the night, the director called the producer and said, I want to change all these things tomorrow. I just had a vision. And the same thing is true with
Mhm.
photographers. You
Hmm.
get to the
Mhm.
studio with everything and they say, I know I said we weren't going to shoot in natural
Mhm.
light, but we're going to go up on the roof now. And
Yes.
what do? Are you resistant?
No.
Or
You adjust.
yes, are you resistant or are you open? Are you going to take it on as a challenge? And have you prepared yourself? See, because preparation is an important thing. Stewie always says the 7 P's or the 6 P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Absolutely.
And it's like me getting ready to do a talk. I don't wing it because if I've practiced it, even if I'm nervous, I'm still prepared and the
Yeah.
Mhm.
preparation will come through. So even if
Mhm.
they change everything, you have you have prepared yourself
Hmm.
and everything in you will rise to the occasion to meet the new expectation. But if
Hmm.
you're unprepared, now you're nervous and you're shaking and you don't know what to do. Sometimes you blurt things out. Um,
Mm.
So that should be one of the top three,
Right.
preparation,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not always going to know. But if you're prepared, your preparation will come through and help you to cope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's
Do we
start
have time
another
to
game
play one
then.
more game?
Yeah, we are right in sync, girl.
Girl, we can right here, girl.
Okay, Crystal, this game is called Should I or Should I Not?
Mm.
Should I, and this is for you, Crystal, in building a portfolio, should I or should I not?
Oh, you should.
Okay. And can you tell us why?
I can tell you a lot of reasons why. For one thing, a portfolio gives you an opportunity to show the range of what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Instagram gives you the opportunity to show a snapshot of what you do. Okay. The other thing is, a portfolio can also become your press kit. If somebody is looking at you, if somebody needs a panelist, if somebody needs a speaker, if they need something else, that portfolio, because it has all of your contact information, it has your resume, it has your imagery, it
Mm-hmm.
has your bio on it. It
Mm-hmm.
can actually turn into another way to present yourself for other kinds of opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Should you or should you not rely on word of mouth alone to promote your work?
I would never.
Me either.
Could never.
Yeah,
I
no.
would never just that it is good and it is great, but what you're doing is putting your entire future in the hands of other people.
Mm-hmm.
You're not being proactive about um, reaching the people that you want to work with, so that if it's word of mouth, people are referring you based on what they've already done with you, but they may not see the new stuff that you're doing. And when I hear artists say, well, this is the kind of work I get all the time. Well, if you want some other kind of work, you have got to present yourself in a new way to new people.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should you or should you not invest in high quality tools and products? We kind of talked about this or not. And why?
Tools and products.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a given. I wouldn't say that if you were somebody starting out that you have to have Tom Ford foundation in your kit.
Right.
But there are things between Tom Ford and Maybelline,
Right.
right? There's something between Tom Ford
There's
and
something in
Maybelline,
between it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you should get the best products that you can afford that
Mm-hmm.
are going to produce the best results until you can do more and do better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Should you or should you not take more clients than you can handle in case someone cancels?
Okay, now are you talking about accept more bookings than you can handle? I don't think we can have too many clients.
Okay. In case someone cancels. That's
In
the
case somebody cancels, I think that goes back to the relationship building. If you're doing the marketing and putting yourself out there, then you have people calling you all the time and reaching
right.
out to you about your
Mm-hmm.
availability.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That you should have, because there's no downside to being unavailable. There's no downside to saying,
Mm.
oh my God, I would love to work with you, but I'm booked on something. Can
Mm-hmm.
I? And this is a place where you can also become more of a leader by
Mm-hmm.
saying to
That is
somebody that's trying
firm.
to book you, listen, I'm not available, but my assistant or
Mm-hmm.
somebody I know would be great for you, because that person will still look to you first, even if you're not
Yes.
available.
I always
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
I
Same.
Yeah.
always
Same
pass it
here.
on. I pay it forward.
Yeah,
Yes.
pay it forward. A lot
Hmm.
of times people don't pay it forward because they're afraid.
Yeah, but your blessing has your
Yeah.
name on it. And see, I'm not afraid of
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
because what's for
Mhm.
me is for me. And it always
Mhm.
boomerang back to you. Those are people, in my opinion, who are selfish and insecure. But just know that it will come back to you. So don't be afraid to share the blessing.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Just my
absolutely.
two
So did I
cents.
answer the question or did I go off on a tangent?
You did.
It
I have another
indeed.
spin on it. I just think that you have to be careful in overbooking because if you book something the same day thinking that um because I already have something, you can get yourself in a world of trouble with that because you
Oh yeah.
if I told someone I was booked on a film, I can't double book and thinking that they'll cancel. No, once I commit, I've committed.
Oh
I have to
yeah,
stay
Mhm.
no,
not
I
play with
didn't
that.
mean that. I don't think you should.
I know you didn't in
Yeah,
that case. So I'm
yeah, I
saying
don't think you should ever double book yourself
Double
on a
book.
job
Yeah. No.
yeah,
unless the client has said to you, I need you on this day from this time to this time, and that's it.
Mhm.
You
yeah,
are not
Mhm. Mhm.
obligated to work overtime for that client if they specifically told you. And the other thing is, you should never be afraid to say, okay, I just want to confirm with you that I'm going to be there from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m.
yeah,
Because if something comes available for me after like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. So I don't
yes,
want
Yeah.
you to be surprised when I'm not able to stay on set longer if you need me.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
Mhm.
glad you
Mhm.
brought
No, I
that
don't
up.
believe in, well, they're always canceling. And so I don't know. Because guess what? That's what deal memos are for.
Yes,
Yep.
That is the
Yep.
safeguard for always getting paid, even if a job cancels.
yes,
Mhm. Mhm.
Doing a deal memo. And I know a lot of people that are afraid to do a deal memo.
I love them.
Not my
Can you tell?
clients.
Can you
We
tell
gonna
them
talk
what a
that
deal
talk,
memo
honey.
is?
Say what?
Can you tell them what a deal memo is?
Yes, a deal memo confirms the terms and conditions, days, dates, and rates under which you are going to be hired. I should say days, dates, rates, and conditions under which you are going to be hired. So
Yes,
that if somebody's booking you for a job for a day and it's a week ahead of the job, you send over a deal memo.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
deal memo has a term. This is what we agreed on. You said you're going to pay me
Mhm.
$1,200 on a 10-hour day, plus
Mhm.
overtime, time and a half from 10 to 12, double time from 12 to 14. I'm going to get a kit fee. If their expenses go in the kit fee,
mm-hmm.
you're also going to pay for my parking, my mileage if it's over 30 miles. That's
Mhm.
what a deal memo is. And it's just the
Mhm.
ones that I created are just a single page document.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
I've heard
Mhm.
artists say they'll get freaked out. They'll say, the client said they'd never had a makeup artist send over a deal memo. And what did you say? I didn't know what to say because there's nothing to say.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
oh,
there's a question. Deal memos are no, they're not only for union workers. Deal memos are
No,
for anybody that you are creating a deal with
yes,
to render services
mm-hmm.
for payment. They are
Absolutely,
negotiable as well.
mm-hmm.
Deal
yeah.
memos are negotiable.
And that's the whole point. But the point is that you confirm the terms, conditions, days, dates, and rates in writing. So if
Mm-hmm.
anything goes
Before.
wrong, you still get paid. You
Yes,
can have
Mhm.
a 2-day clause in there, a 3-day clause in there. If they cancel the job 3 days in advance, you're going to get 100% of your fee. If they
yes,
cancel it
Mhm.
5 days in advance, you're going to get 50% of your fee because you still have
Mhm.
time to
Mhm.
book another job. And the truth is, when I created the deal memos, I was only doing print videos and television commercials. Where did
Mhm.
I get it
Mhm.
from? Celestine and Cloutier. I didn't get
Mhm.
theirs, but that's where how I knew that there was such
mm-hmm.
a thing. And
Yes,
so I
Mhm.
created my own deal memo and used to send it out for all of my artists. Every PYP
Mhm.
grad has a deal memo.
mm-hmm.
Every Win Now mentorships uh, student has a deal memo. In my new course, damn, I didn't know that. Business strategies for freelance artists. Not only do I give you the deal memo, but I show you how to use it in a video. So, you know, you should have a deal memo. And but here's the thing. When you're dealing with a client or a potential client, and the client says something to you like, oh, I've never gotten one of these from a makeup artist, and you start freaking out, you have to ask yourself, why are you freaking out?
Right.
It's not even a question. It's just a statement. You're taking it to mean, oh my God, they don't want me sending them these things. And they're thinking, wow, I wonder why more makeup artists haven't sent me a deal memo.
Don't do this. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's what's going on in your head. People who assume that everything is always going wrong in their heads, people who assume that people don't like them, people that assume that somebody looks at your work and they don't like it just because they didn't call you back. And instead of you just calling them back, you go into this spiral in your head. Those are the same people that assume that just because somebody says, oh, I've never gotten one of these from a makeup artist, what they're saying is, we get them from cameramen, we get them from gaffers, we get them from everybody else but a makeup artist.
Right.
It's about time.
Yes. I want to go ahead because I know we do have a little bit of time left before it shuts us off on Instagram. It cuts us off after an hour. Before we get out of here, are there any parting words? Because you just drop gems all day long. Are there any? They said a word, okay? In the comments, they said it's a word.
Here's my word. You have not because you ask not.
Yes.
If you're not getting what you want, you should ask yourself if you're asking for it. Or are you assuming that people are just going to give you something that you haven't asked for?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a word right there.
And you know what? You got to drop that mic after that, because
right. And see, this goes back to not reaching out to people and only getting stuff from referrals. But if you haven't created, here's the other part of it. If you haven't created a hit list of the things that you want out of this business, the directors you want to work with, the TV shows you want to work on, if you don't have a hit list of those kinds of things, and you're just hoping that somebody is going to refer you, you are putting your career in somebody else's hands when you have the power to read the damn credits and see who you ought to be sending your resume to.
Ooh, say it, Crystal.
Because even if you can't find it on IMDb, watch the TV shows and watch the credits roll at the end. There are lots of ways to get at the information that you need to get ahead, especially if you are professional, if you are handling your business. People are always watching, and people like these two ladies, Sharice Slate and Ray Dion, can help you get where you want to if they see you handling your business.
Mike. Crystal, you have been amazing. You know, as usual, we love you so much, and we want to thank you for coming on our show.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for having me. I mean that seriously.
We just love you so much.
You're just always an amazing guest. Y'all throw up some hearts for Crystal.
She is awesome. I mean,
and I'm looking at my IG live. We didn't answer any questions for people, did we?
You guys make sure you drop, because we're gonna have to bring you back again for a part 2. I think we need to do a part 2. What do you
guys want a part 2? This will be a part 3. It'll be a part 3.
If you guys would love for Crystal to come back, make sure you drop it in the comments for us to bring Crystal back on Vanities Live, because she is just amazing.
A gem.
I am
We have so
seeing,
many comment sections.
I know I'm looking and I see all kinds of people that are on my page.
Oh,
Hi, Ellie Marie. Hi, Barbara. Hi,
I'm gonna put your
Salam.
Instagram in the comments.
Yes, make sure
Oh,
you
yeah, what
follow
about?
her. She has
Oh,
so much information. Chris, do you want to tell them about your book? And I know we got to get off of live,
yes.
and we will drop
Here.
it on our page. Just make sure this will be streaming live on our YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Everybody who's on the live, make sure you follow us on YouTube, and you will be able to see Crystal on our YouTube channel, Facebook. Follow us on Facebook, and also follow us on Instagram at Vanities Live. And we want to
Right.
thank you guys. So tell them what about your book, Crystal.
So this is the industry Bible, not because I call it that, but because
It
artists just
is.
like you have called it that. This is the 7th edition. And this is the insider's guide to a successful career in print, video, film, or television. Like I said, the product is different, the process is the same. So there are tons of things in this book that will help you run your business. I'm not going to teach you how to do makeup because I don't know anything about it. But when it comes to your business, everything from, how you reach out to people, what you should be saying, dealing with photographers, knowing your value in relationships, doing your deal memos, a lot of it, all of that I just talked about is in this book. My new course, damn, I didn't know that, Business Strategies for Freelance Artists, is $297. Now, I didn't make one before I got on here, but what I'm going to do is create a code and call it Vanities Live. And that's going to be for 30% off. Okay.
Are y'all hearing this?
Vanities Live in all caps, and I'll put it in, on their page so that you guys can see it, because this will help you run your business. And let me tell you something. It is the least expensive how do I manage my business that you will ever get from me. Right?
And we will put a link up on our page as well.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, and I do one-on-one coaching. I love it. I love developing individual plans and blueprints for artists, and that's what I do. And we go through 12 sessions, and it is powerful. It will change your life. If you're ready to make that kind of investment, even if you just want to talk about it, I'll give them a link that they can put up, and you guys can reach out and do a 20-minute discovery call with me, and let's see if we're a fit.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you again, Crystal. We appreciate you for coming on our show. We love you, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. You guys have a great day, and everybody that's on my page, have a great day.
And follow us on Vanities Live. Come on over and follow us, you guys.
Follow them on Vanities Live. Their Instagram is Vanities Live. So definitely follow them. And
especially if you want that 30% off code.
Yeah, you want that 30% off code. I'm going to do it. And I'll send, what the code is. I'm going to send them the link so you can go to the landing page and sign up for the program. And it's go at your own pace. It doesn't expire for like 2 years. You have access to it for 2 years, because I know life gets in the way.
Amen.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you so much, Crystal. We appreciate having you, and we can't wait to have you back.
Okay. All right, you guys.
Be great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.